guys, welcome back to another video of transformation. And in this video, I am going to share with you the ideas and scientific teachings on how our emotions actually influence our health. How many of you know someone that has cancer, terminal cancer, maybe autoimmune disorders, chronic pain, chronic disorders, chronic digestive issues? These issues are primarily linked with unresolved, suppressed emotions. See, we're going to start with the basics. An emotion is a chemical reaction from a thought. So when an individual has a thought, they produce a chemical, and that emotion is what creates that feeling. Rather, that's a feeling of elation, a feeling of disappointment, a feeling of anger, judgment. So for each thought that you have, that chemical produces the emotion. The emotion is responsible for creating the internal chemistry or reaction every single time you have an individual thought. That's right, every single time. If you have a thought of gratitude, internally your cells and your genes are doing something different and reacting differently than if you're having a thought of judgment or anger. Negative emotions or suppressed emotions that are not dealt with will keep creating more of the same thinking, feeling, reaction. Ever notice if you start thinking one way, then you feel that way, and then when you feel that way, you're thinking that thought, and then you take that thought and you're feeling that way. Science has shown with suppressed emotions or emotions that have not been dealt with, they literally down-regulate the genes inside the body. That means they are creating a different chemistry as if they are going to be of cancer or an autoimmune disorder, chronic constipation, chronic pains, chronic digestive issues. These are all heavily linked with emotions. There have been studies, specifically Dr. Joe Dispenza has hundreds and hundreds of these studies that he has researched, and has several testimonies on participants that had terminal cancer, even some with Meniere's, autoimmune disorders, people who were even paralyzed, and some of these conditions were reversed, if not healed, when the individuals underwent and understood that when they have a particular thought, they create a chemical, which is that emotion, and that emotion is causing either the buildup inside the body or the breakdown inside the body. And over time, what happens is the body will down-regulate. That means it is making cheaper proteins. And making cheaper proteins is like the factory that's just making things so quickly. They are very simple and not good producing genes. This is where you end up with these conditions. What happens is over time, through several meditations and understanding how to change thought and release these judgments and these attachments to these emotions, the body begins to upregulate or change and make better quality proteins. And making better quality proteins is now where you're headed for real wellness and health. This is how your emotions literally can make you healthy or literally can make you sick. It's very important to understand that you literally have control over how you think and how you feel if you understand that you have that power. Sure, we're all part of collective consciousness, but when you have that part of awareness that you're not the thought and you're separate from the thought, you now have the power to not attach a story or a belief with that emotion, which keeps it anchored into the body. The body wants to create. Your mind wants to create. And the more one stays attached to their emotions, it's like it's bottled up inside, and subconsciously the body is the mind when it becomes that habit. It's very important to understand that you can control your thoughts. When you take control and you tell yourself, I am no longer going to attach myself, allow myself to feel this way. Sure, you're human. You're gonna feel disappointment. You're gonna feel sad, but you also know that you have the power to change that feeling. Ever be feeling bad and someone reaches out and starts to cheer you up? Sure, it may not be easy, but eventually it's possible and you can get there. And it's that awareness I want to bring to you, especially if you know someone with chronic disorders, especially this constipation, digestive issues. Your digestive tract is, quote, the second brain, and it is filled full of a lot of antibodies and things that help protect you. The majority of your immune system is in your digestive tract, and this is what happens when you allow emotions to build up and never release them. You can't drill into a certain emotion that it's not going to happen. You have to accept and surrender and release. And every individual who did these teachings in some way either decreased the symptoms that they had, or they completely healed their entire bodies or mind from these conditions when they realized that over time it was their emotions that was literally breaking down and changing the cells within their body. God, I want to know what you think. How do you think? Think about the emotions you feel day in and day out, and how they are either contributing to your health or contributing to maybe not such good health. So if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more things and content like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe below, and I'll see you back in the next video.